Today's video is brought to you by IHOP. Stop in, have a Colorado omelet, try some Girl Scout Thin Mint pancakes, drink some hot coffee.
Howdy ho, 2P race fans. Got another exciting day today. Got some parts. Well, just a few parts. Some grinding wheels. Got to grind off that steering knuckle today because it's supposed to be in today. Then I got some 3/8 hose. As you can see, I got a few things done on the old street stock engine. We got the fittings in on all four. I wasn't going to do it until I talked to the engine builder, and he said it actually helps out a lot because the water, yeah, it goes through the heads and stuff, but it actually helps cool about 10 degrees cooler with these in there. He is not sick, folks. He's playing hooky today from school. Yeah, it is true. But anyways, gonna measure up some of the hose here. Get this put on. Huh? Finally got a new knife blade in here, so I can cut this hose pretty evenly. Only got a couple more days, and I'll be in the sunshine state of Florida. That's exciting to me. Give me that red spray on it. Oh, get some old Marvel Mystery Oil. They say with those fittings, I don't have to use clamps, but I always do. Kind of a extra measure of safeness. Did get the transmission put in all the way. Got the drive shaft put in on the Super Street. Got to make some adjustments to the shifter linkages that I made. I think I don't know what I gotta do. I don't like how they built the car. I'm gonna be honest with everybody on that. I don't understand some of the things that they do when they build cars. They make it really rough on people to get things fitting just right. It'd be nice if I have one of those little hose presses, but I don't have one. But we'll get her on there. I got the fitting for the temperature gauge. I got it put on. See here, I got, what else did I do? I made this little bracket here, some spacers for the dipstick tube for the transmission. Got it all sealed up down there. I got these lines on, they're tight. Once I get these hoses made right here on this side and the other side, I'll use the other hose that I have left over, and I'll use that for the transmission cooler, which I got it cleaned. I got it all cleaned up, all the dirt out of it and everything. So slowly but surely we are moving along. If anybody knows of any races down in Florida this coming weekend, as long as it's not too far away from Daytona, throw out a comment and let me know. Let's see here. Those little hose presses, you set this in there, and it clamps it on the hose, and it just forces it on there, and it's done in no time. But this way, it's a little harder, but it moves ever so little bit. I think that's almost good enough to call it a I took last night and tonight off of work since I am going to Florida for, let's see here, I leave Wednesday evening and I will get back Tuesday evening. So almost a week. So I wanted to take a couple extra days off of work just to try to make sure I got as much stuff as I could do on this engine here and on the Super Street. And when I come back, it won't be no time before the first practice. A lot of tracks are already doing practices and stuff I've seen online. The track that I'm going to with the Super Street, that's not practices until April 6th. So I have a couple of weeks, but those weeks go by fast.
What track are you going to?
Indianapolis. Okay, that side's on. Now to do the other side. And then we get that side done. I gotta put this plug back in. That won't take long to do. And then really, I did get a piece. I got a piece of brass that goes over, here it is. I already cut it off. A little brass bushing. It went over the water pump snout, went right over that, and it made it to where the pulley over there is the same as this one, but it'll fit right down in there. Actually, it's a really tight fit, but it goes right in there, and that way it won't. It's all centered up, won't wiggle around. And then I found some bolts online for the spacers. I needed 3.5 inch bolts. The stores here locally only go up to 2.5, and that's too short. So when I get them back from Florida, hopefully those will be in. And then we can get the fan. We get the fan and everything on. And then I don't know if I'm gonna put the motor in without the fan on first, because it is easier to kind of line up everything outside. And obviously it's a lot easier to get to. This is some really good quality line. I got it from a local store in Frankfurt. I've actually never felt that kind of like a ribbed on it, but it's reinforced, and it looks like it's going to be a good solid hose to use. Okay. A little oil in the hose to help slip it on over those fittings. I'm really anxious to see what this motor sounds like. I've consulted a couple of people with the list of the parts that I got that are supposedly in this engine, and everybody that I've talked to says that it's got some really good components inside. Should make for a really nice engine. The cam that's in this engine is it's a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, but it's got some really decent flowing heads. They've all been smoothed out, and it's got some really nice work done to the heads. Let's see here. It does have 1.6 rockers on it, so it does take the lift up even a little bit more. It should sound really, really good. But sound isn't everything. You can always have an engine sound really, really good, but it ain't making no power. You gotta have the right combination between the cam, the heads, the intake. It's all gotta flow and match. Carburetor. Now this one here, I may look for a 4-barrel for this motor. I'm going to use my 2-barrel to start out, but I think I have to use it at some of the tracks, but at some of the other tracks, I think you can use a 4-barrel. So I will probably try to keep my eyes out for a, don't be picking a roll, for a carburetor. All right, everything's tight. That looks good. I did take this off. I was told to run a thermostat, but I did not run a thermostat. But what I do have in there is a gutted out thermostat. So it does have a little restriction, not much, but it does restrict a little bit of the water flow, and that should hold the water in the radiator just a little bit longer. And you know, if it's an extra 5 degrees, it's an extra 5 degrees. So that's always what I'm talking about. Don't like to run. I like to run right around 190, 195. I don't like to really go over 215. So that's why I went ahead and decided, well, I didn't really decide, because what I decided was I wasn't going to run these hoses. But when the engine builder that's been building engines for, I don't know, 30 years says, hey, you might want to put those on, you kind of listen to them. All right, so got to get that. I got to get that all torqued up. Here's the. It doesn't look good. It doesn't. It really doesn't look good. But it's you could see the shimmer through there. It's all cleaned out. All the fins are all cleaned out. Got to find my. Which I probably won't be able to, because for some reason I get something out. Oh, wait a minute. And I never put anything back. And then I can't find nothing. Kind of like right now. So I need somebody to help me. Help me keep track of stuff. But I think I found it. Yep. Get that back in there. I was pretty excited getting the transmission bolted up. It's all tight now. Got the drive shaft in. It's in. I still need to torque. I need to torque the bolts in the back. So I got that in. Let's see here. What else? The only thing I got to do left, technically, under the car is those shifter linkages. And I'll figure that out. Okay. So I got these on, the lines on. I got the fitting in. I got this back on. I got that plug back in. I got this plug in, that plug in. I still got enough hose over there to come off from my transmission. Oh, transmission fluid's getting ridiculous. All oils are getting ridiculous. The price has just gone through the roof. Transmissions like this one here. Now the one that's under the car, it only takes like 3/4 of a quart, so that's not much of a big deal. But this transmission here, it takes like 12 quarts, I think. That's $8 a quart right now. That's $100 just for transmission fluid. So I'm going to get a little at a time. I've got, I think I've got 2 quarts in the trailer. I went out and bought 3 quarts, so that's 5. Now, the torque converter already had oil in it. And I think the torque converter holds, I don't know, maybe 2 quarts or something like that. So I might only need another 3 or 4 quarts and it might be good to go. Now that I actually have a dipstick that's made for a Chevy 350 turbo, I got it all fixed up here. Love it. Fits down in there real nice. Let's see here. Oh, I got the disc to cut that off, which that should be here today. I'm going to try to clean that up later on. I'm going to try to post another little video, short one. I always say short. Of getting that steering knuckle welded on. That one cut off. The new one welded on, so that way I get my steering back together, and that'll be a big thing. Because even without the the linkages for the shifter, that transmission's in neutral right now, so I can air up the tires, drop the car, and maybe push it over that way a little bit towards that wall, and I can get in between the cars with the engine hoist. Back this car up. Might be able to drop this engine in before I go to Florida. That would be something. I got my square stock. Got it all cleaned up here. Got all that mill scale, that's what I call it, off of there. So that way I get a good clean weld. I got a flapper disc to get all the paint off the frame up there so I can get clean metal there. I've already done the measurements. So I know from the bolt up front for the front motor mounts, I know exactly where to place those bars. So what I'll do is I'll get everything welded in. Well, tacked it. Well, I'll probably put the motor in. Leave it hooked up so that way I can raise it up. And mark, just to double check and verify where those need to be welded onto. And so that way I won't have it already welded on there and it's off, because, well, sometimes I make mistakes. And I also have gussets that go up underneath here that I'll weld on to give it a little bit more strength. So I've got all that ready to go. If I had those bolts here, I could put the pulleys on, the belts on, the fan on, but I don't have it here. All right, so as of right now, I just wanted to go over what we got done. I'm going to say we because you guys are all supporting me in some way, just watching and everything. So it's coming together. Like I said, it's still a slow process. It's only me. There's some issues that I'm facing right now, so I can't work on the cars all day like I want to every day. So I try to do as much as I can. But this here is going to be challenging because this is a really long nose, and my hoist over there, it's not going to go in there. So I may have to take this tire off, and I may actually have to come in from the side and put it in from the side, and hopefully it'll work. I don't know, we'll find out. Once I figure the Super Street out, the only thing I know I got to do with it is I gotta pull this side. So I do remember I have a bad header gasket on here. It's leaking, and you don't want that. So I need to pull that exhaust off, put new gaskets on, put new plugs in, and when I get back from Florida, as long as everything's going okay, I don't like skipping steps, but like I said, I'm kind of running out of time, but I'd like to pull that carburetor off, get it cleaned up. I'd really like to send it down to Willie's, but I don't know how far out they are. Plus, it's a couple $100, and I still got to figure out tires. Tires are insane. But I got tires for this one for the street stock for around here. They're just regular car tires, DOTs. When I go to Iowa, I have to get specific tires for Iowa. So I'm still trying to track those down since we are not IMCA or WISSOTA here around here. They have to have the IMCA logo on the tire. So I'll have to figure out where I can get some of those, order them up, get them here, and then before I go out, I need to get a set of scales over here, get the cars weighed up, the percentages, cross weight, rear weight, all that good stuff. And I got a buddy that can help me out do that for now. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my own set of scales. So that's in the works, but just like everything else, that's a pretty high dollar deal. But we'll get her all figured out. I think I'm gonna take a little break, and when I come back, we will maybe we can get that steering done. All right, folks. Talk to you later. Have a good day. All right, we're back with this. Look what came in the mail finally. Got it all cleaned up. Good clean metal there. Got that all cleaned up. Fits right on there. And fits right on there. So we are good to go. So the only thing we got to do is weld her up. All right, we're going to get this welded up. Maybe. I'm not the best at welding, but I think I can get her to where she's going to hold. I've got this little Harbor Freight welder. I've had it for, I don't know, a couple of years, and it actually does really well welding. Okay. See if we can get a good bead on here real quick. All right, that'll keep her in place for a second. I'll move around. Some people don't like Harbor Freight. They say it's all cheap stuff, and it is. For the most part, I mean, they don't sell a whole lot of expensive stuff, but everything's under warranty for life. Most tools are. But I will tell you that I, as everybody knows, loves Harbor Freight. Let me turn that off real quick. Let me get my my brush out here, if I can find it. It's one of those, I think I seen it on the floor type built things, but then again, is that it? That's it. There it is. Okay. So yeah, I bought that. I bought that a couple years ago. Harbor Freight. It was on sale. I bought it for, I think, $130. Now they're on sale, but they're 200 and I don't know, they're like $200 now. But I really like that little welder. Try and get this cleaned up here. Let's see here. Oh, my battery's too low. But anyways, try it down here. I mean, that little welder, I'm not the best welder in the world, that's for sure, but I got her all the way around. Looks good, good penetration. I don't think that dude's gonna come off. All right, let me give this back over to the camera guy. It's hot, but see if we can get this. See if we can get this old steering shaft to slide on there. I can't tighten it down yet because we got to make sure that it's in the middle of the steering. But I need to get it on there. There we go. Nice. So now we got steering. I'll have to go all the way over one time and bring it back halfway of what it is, so that way we know that the steering's in the middle. And then I could put my, I think it's called a pitman arm, and put it back on, get it tightened up, make sure my wheels are straight, and well, I'm steering again, folks. That's what I like. All right, give me a few minutes and we'll be back. Okay, so what we got? Update. We got an update. Steering lines are on. Steering knuckles on. Welded, torqued down, tightened down. Pitman arm is on. And we have steering again. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Right before I go to Florida, we got that all done. I did fill up my reservoir. Kind of let it set. I turned it back and forth probably, I don't know, 10 times. Get all the air out of the lines. I need to start it up, but I don't want to start it up yet. I need to... This is the last day I got to really work on stuff. I mean, I can do a few things in the morning, but check this out. I like this. This is so, well, this isn't part of it. This is just up there. But I've got the workbench all set up. Built that yesterday. Turned out good. I got a power strip there on the back. Got my grinder bolted down. Storage underneath there. Already been putting it to use. So that turned out great. Not a very good day out today. Raining. I think it's supposed to rain basically all day. So, I wanted to give you guys that update to finish up the video. Let's see here. What else can we do, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure something out. Might be a little bit later, but you guys have a good day. And if you don't hear from me the rest of the day, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Oh, look. She's ready. She's ready, Daddy. Come on. She don't like the garage for some reason. I don't know why. Come on. Get out of the rain, stupid. Come on. She just stands there. Look. Nope. So anyway, you guys have a good, fantastic day. And I will see you guys. Well, maybe not see you, but I will chat with you guys here in a little bit or maybe even tomorrow.